Okay, once again, good evening. And a couple of definitions or acronyms or terminology, whatever we are going to discuss about the next 60 to 70 days. I will discuss about all those terminology, and each and every definition is very, very important, and you should be aware of all this terminology. Okay, so let's start now. So here data center and this particular sheet. Okay, so access I will give it by as I promised yesterday. By tomorrow evening, I will give it to each and everyone whoever shared their email addresses in the WhatsApp group. So first one is the data center. So data center, it is like on-premise. It's a physical location or it is a room where we can keep all of our network devices. It's a LAN or WAN or MAN or PAN in the similar way. So routers, switches, load balancers in the single location, and data center contains always ventilation, and also lot of network devices will dissipate lot of heat. For that one, we need to take care of the air conditioner part, and also we have to keep the ventilation, and also we have to keep so couple of carbon dioxide cylinders whenever any burning will occur related to cables point of view. So that is called data center. So it's a physical one, it is not a virtual. So when I say physical one, it's a dedicated room or site where we can keep all of our network devices, databases and servers, everything, and we can give the physical connectivity using cables. That is called data center. And in the recent past, so Google is announced and also Microsoft is announced world biggest data center they want to place in Mumbai location. So Microsoft and also Google, already Google in the Hyderabad location, and Microsoft, they want to keep it their biggest data center in the Mumbai location. So this is what right now they announced, and they are keeping all of the so data as well as the databases and servers all together in the physical data center. So if you want to keep these particular devices in a single location, what are the mandatory and prerequisites? Air conditioner, air, carbon dioxide cylinders to take care of the burning part, or any fire related accidents will occur. In the similar way, outside of the respective data center, we should take care of the plantation. So to keep always data center should be so cool. In the similar way, we have to keep always the data center should be neat and clean. Otherwise, couple of data centers, your snakes will occur or snakes will come and they will sleep in the wires in the similar rats and so on. So there are a lot of cable mess up will be there. That is not a original data center basically. So always our data center should be neat and clean so that we should take care of the rack mount, not wall mount. There are two different types of mounting will be there. One is called rack mount and second one is called wall mount. So wall mount is in our day-to-day life, we will keep our televisions. For example, if you don't have sufficient place to deploy our television, so we will keep wall mount part in this similar way. So whatever data center thing, everything is like a rack mount. So I will show practically here now. So I will go to Google and I will type here data center. I will go to images here now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes,
this
sir.
is basically perfect data center. So all of our networking devices, servers and databases will keep in this particular rack mount, and these called as a rack. So opposite to rack is a wall mount. So on the wall, we can fix the respective devices. So this particular data center, you can see it's a very neat and clean. And whenever any issues will occur related to power supply issues or physical data or cable related issues, we can go and we can fix it. When I was working in Middle East, part of the Dubai, Oman and Qatar, and also Kuwait, so I went and I visited a couple of the data center. So one time we found rat is roaming here and there. In the similar one side, one time we found out snake. So we should not keep all those, okay, so mess up kind of thing. And always we don't know what is input and what is output. So when you say input and output, always our server input or router input or switch input or load balancer input or firewall input or database input, maybe it is so output to X related device. So that is the way how the input versus output we can give proper way. Then only data can be transferred and routing will happen properly. And finally, we can access the our internet facing related websites. So this is overall data center. How we can define this data center now? It is dedicated room or site and where we can keep, I will keep dedicated physical room. It's a dedicated physical room or site where we can keep or deploy network devices or all networking equipments. So that is called data center. What are the prerequisites for the data center? Prerequisites for data center. So it's a physical room is a mandatory. In the similar, ventilation is a mandatory. In the similar, air is a mandatory. And air conditioner is very important, because each and every network device will dissipate lot of heat. So if you want to keep cool and safe and secure, air conditioner is a mandatory. In the similar way, carbon dioxide cylinder, CO2. So these cylinders, whenever any burning will occur, so it will keep, okay, so reducing of the burn or fire, whatever related to fire accidents. In the similar way, cables. And also we should not allow each and every person into the data center. So if you are allowing each and every person in the data center, part of the respect organization, so maybe they will change couple of things. Only whoever need the access, we have to give to those people on the respect to access to the data center using biometric or using maybe access card and so on. Okay, needy people only required access to data center. So that is about, even outside of the respect to data center, it's a very important thing, plantation. So why plantation is very important? To keep our data center should be always, okay, so with the cool atmosphere or weather or condition part. So that is called data center basically. So opposite to data center now, which one we are using? Any idea or from anyone?
Cloud.
Exactly.
Database.
Exactly. Cloud. Opposite to data center is a cloud. So we no need to maintain all these in our organization. We no need physical room. We no need any ventilation. We no need any air conditioner, or to reduce the fire or burning related issues, carbon dioxide cylinders, or we no need plantation part. So that is the reason everyone is migrating from on-premise to the cloud environment. That's perfect answer. So only one problem with cloud here. So our data we are keeping in the respect cloud service providers like Amazon, Azure from Microsoft, GCP from Google, or Oracle from Oracle Cloud, or IBM from IBM side, and so on. So if you don't maintain the proper security controls related to the cloud, so obviously our data exfiltration or sensitive data or maybe unauthorized access by the attackers will do hacking part. That is the only drawback from the cloud. Otherwise, if you are using IaaS and PaaS and SaaS, respect to controls, so yes, we can prevent unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure as well. That we can discuss in the future. So that is about data center. Data center, in short, we can call it as a DC. So DC is always a main. Don't forget about this one. Why? Because whenever you will get any project related to cyber security or information security or endpoint security or application security and so on, DC means so data center, it's a part of the physical data center. And we have the backup site as well. So that particular backup site, we can call it as DR, disaster recovery site. It is nothing but backup site. So always disaster recovery site is like a backup, and we should maintain around 100 kilometers away from the main data center. Why? Because whenever any natural calamities will occur, that may be earthquakes or rains or floods or tornadoes or tsunamis and so on, maybe you are maintaining the both primary and backup site in the same location. Both these sites will be so decommission or business will be disappear and availability issues will occur. That is the reason always our DR site should be maintained around 50 to 100 kilometers. For example, if I want to say practically, maybe our main data center is existing in the high-tech city Hyderabad, and we have to keep so 50 kilometers away respect to data center wherever we are keeping high-tech city part, maybe Patancheru or maybe something else like Karimnagar, whatever it may be. In the similar way, if you are taking the Chennai location part of the Madras, your main data center is there in Ambattur TCS, and your disaster recovery site will be there in the so respective Sholingnallur or whatever it may be. Always we have to maintain the distance in between the primary and also backup site around 50 to 100 kilometers away. Why we have to maintain this one? Whenever any business disruptions or business outage or availability or service unavailability issues will occur, maybe primary site will go down or primary site will shut down. We have to go to the respective backup site, and from there we can continue the business operation. For example, when I was working in 2010, so Ambattur TCS, our main TCS is located in the Ambattur. So we have a lot of weather condition issues, and also we have a lot of atmosphere condition issues, and finally our network is down. In that particular scenario, whoever is very important people are there, part of the TCS in my team, we went to Velacheri TCS location. From there, we continue our business. So always, why? Because we should deliver the project within the time. So this particular thing is it's happened around 1 week. So that is about DR, and the primary site is called a DC. So that is the main difference between data center versus DR or disaster recovery site. So this one I will make it like it's a backup site for primary site whenever it will get any atmosphere related issues. Whatever, not only atmosphere or network related issues as well. From there we can continue our services. So here, what is the thing we are maintaining here? Availability part. Here we are taking care of service or availability issues. It's as per CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay. So most of the projects, whenever we'll get in the solution design document or HLD, high level design document, or LLD, low level design document, we can see primary data center and also DR site. Primary is nothing but primary site, and DR is nothing but backup site. You should be aware of these things, guys. Okay, don't ignore these basics. It's very, very important. So that is about data center and also disaster recovery site. It's a primary and backup sites, both are. Next one, cables. So cables point of view here. So there are two different types of cables. One is Ethernet cables. Second one is optical fiber. So what is Ethernet? This Ethernet is also called as RJ45, or it is also called a copper. So each and every switch or router or firewall or proxy or NIDS or NAPS or whatever devices we are choosing, we have the physical Ethernet interface. For example, you can go to now. So Cisco switch. So 6500. I'm entering here now. And I will go to images here. And you can see here. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is particularly basically physical hardware device. And here couple of interfaces basically. So RJ45 or Ethernet and couple of interfaces are optical. There are two different types of interfaces here. So couple of times whenever you are traveling or whenever you are roaming outside of your home, you can see here they will dig into the respective land and they will give optical fiber. And also we are studied in intermediate second year or +2 optical fiber communication, and also we studied in BTech first year also optical fiber communication part. So optical fiber communication, it will give speed oriented part. Now everything is like a GSLV and PSLV, geo satellite launching vehicle and polar satellite launching vehicle part. So because communication is completely changed, but still we are using Ethernet and also optical fiber. Okay, so basically here each and every interface, whatever I'm showing, part of this router or switch or load balancer or firewall or proxy. I will go with to another thing, Palo Alto firewall or FortiGate firewall. Palo Alto 4500. It's one of the firewall. Can you see here now? This PA220, Palo Alto 220 model number. And a couple of here things are high availability. These two are high availability to maintain. So each and everything should be. So it should be available without any interruption part. And also we can see interfaces like RJ45, and also we can see part of the optical as well. What is the main difference between RJ45 Ethernet versus optical fiber? RJ45 will support. I'm going back to Excel sheet. Ethernet or RJ45 will support speed up to 1 MB, 10 MB, 100 MB speed only. But if we are going with optical fiber, it will support more than 1 GB speed. Nothing but it will support 1 GB, 10 GB, 100 GB, 1 terabytes, 1 picobytes, and so on. So that is the main difference between Ethernet or RJ45 versus optical fiber. So if I want to say practical example, I'm not sure how many people are using internet in your home related to ACT or Hathway or Velocity, whatever it may be, related to city cable and so on. Whatever connection they are giving to us, it's RJ45 or Ethernet connection only. Why? Because we will consume only less than 1 GB part. If we need more than the speed of the 1 GB or 100 GB or 1 terabytes or 1 picobytes, that is applicable to enterprise level. There are 3 different types of organization every business will do. One is small, medium, and enterprise level. Small is nothing but 0 to 100 people will be there in the organization. That is called small. Second one is medium. That will be around 100 employees to 1000 employees. More than 1000 employees, we can call it as the enterprise level. For those people, it is required optical fiber communication using Airtel or Vodafone or maybe AT&T or Orange Business Services. All these are very, very famous internet service providers, and they will provide internet to us. So that is the main. Okay, so cables point of view, Ethernet and also optical fiber communication part, wherever it is required, according to that one, whatever speed our organization is maintaining, we can go and we can connect the respective cable connections. That may be physical or that may be virtual as well. So that is about cables point of view. One is Ethernet or RJ45, second one is optical fiber. I will give practical example of also. So how these cables looks like. Ethernet cable or RJ45. I'll go to images here now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is called RJ45 or Ethernet cable. So this particular cable, it will support. So whenever you are going to organization, mainly you can connect your laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop using either Ethernet cable. So most of the cases Ethernet cable. Otherwise, we'll connect through Wi-Fi. So this is the way how we can connect respect to our office connectivity. So this particular thing, so it is like, okay, so what is the resistance and what the speed based on the WebGR? Okay, so it is depending on 1K or 2K or 3K or 10K or 100K or 1 MB or so 200 MB or 1 GB or 10 GB and so on. So this is called RJ45 Ethernet cable connectivity. In the similar way, I'll go to now optical fiber. So this is called optical fiber. So prior to our cable connectivity or before whenever we achieved GCLB or PCLB related to satellite communication part. So for example, India got freedom in 1947. Prior to that one, how the communication it's happened? Can anyone explain? How the communication happened in between Britain and India?
To network.
Through only network? So in 1947, is there any GSL and PSLV? Is there any satellite communication?
No.
No.
No, it is not there. So what that particular time period, what they have done? So they have done the optical fiber communication part. In between the 7 continents, whatever we do have, so Asia, Europe, North America, South America, so Africa, and so on. So in between to each and every country, they made it like optical fiber communication to communicate in between the so respect to India versus other countries. So nothing but we have done the respective optical fiber communication through oceans as well and seas also. So whenever if you want to identify the any optical fiber communication connectivity, we used to keep balloons. What is the balloons will represent here? Complete it will represent path how the cable is connected in between India versus other countries. Now everything through satellite communication and everything we are working through satellite. But even though couple of times whenever you are visiting any city or any location, please okay, so remember couple of times you will identify, they will dig into the respective land and they will give optical fiber. What is the reason behind that one? So they want to make it like internet connectivity to each and every location of the respective city or village or mandal or tahsildar or maybe so district or maybe state. So this is the way how the communications happened in the previous. So what I want to say here, there are two different types of cables we have. One is Ethernet and second one is optical fiber. So these two cables we will connect respective firewall or respective proxy or NADS and APS router switch load balancer, each and every network and devices in the data center. It is not applicable to our cloud environment or virtual environment. It's applicable to only physical data center point of view. Yeah, but as I said previously, each and every employee, if they are providing any company laptop, if they are providing any desk to you after joining in a company, they will give one of this dedicated desk. There you can see, so Ethernet or RJ45 connectivity, nothing but physical connectivity, and also you can see Wi-Fi as well. So thereafter that you will connect VPN or whatever it may be. It's completely depending on the how you are accessing the application part. So that is about cables part. And by the by, these concepts are very, very important if you want to configure firewall. IDS, IPS, router, switch, load balancer. Okay, in this similar way, we can define about the proxy. So all these things we need physical connectivity using cable and also, as I said previously, laptop as well. So that is about cables point of view. Next one. So CIA triad, it's very, very, very important from the interview point of view. So it's a very, very popular interview question as well. It's a confidentiality, integrity, and the availability. Couple of people, this one is called as the AIC triad also, as per CISSP book. It depends. CIA triad or AIC triad, it's confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So confidentiality. So what is meant by confidentiality here? So I will ask now. Divya? Divya or Chiranjeevi? Chiranjeevi, am I audible? Lohita? At least someone give the answer.
Yes, sir.
Sorry,
you are audible. You are audible.
Sorry, I missed it. Can you ask
Yes,
me
sir.
again?
Yeah.
What is the question?
Yeah, what is the question here I am asking? Can you show your WhatsApp message to me in mobile?
No, it is a confidential. We cannot, right?
Exactly,
Not
that's
to
correct.
disclose the data.
Exactly. So we will not disclose our confidential data to the other people. That is a privacy of the each and every person has to maintain. It's one of the fundamental right as well. We should not disclose our respect confidential data to the other people. Can we share our OTP, or can we share our banking accounts, or can we share a debit card or credit card information? No, we should not. In the similar way, how we can share our confidential messages in the WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram to the other people? We should not. Confidentiality, it will explain about the privacy of the respective end user. So every person has to maintain the privacy. Okay. So now I will explain about confidentiality here. Unauthorized. So unauthorized meaning here is not authorized person. It should not, opposite to authorized is unauthorized. You should not get the access to our mobile or Facebook or whatever it may be, or our person related detail. Unauthorized person should not get access to our privacy of the data, or authorized people only can maintain the privacy of the data. That is called confidentiality. So mainly here, so there are two different types of data every person or every organization will maintain. So that is called PII data. I will keep under this one, PII data, part of the confidentiality itself. It's a very, very important. It's a very inter question as well. So personal identifiable information or personal identifiable information part. What is PII data? It is nothing but how can we identify the identity of the end user? Okay, so identity of the end user, how we can identify? Akhil, can you please give the answer? What is meant by identity of the user?
IP address,
IP address, identity, your identity. What is your identity as Indian
Na-
citizen?
Name and
User ID.
Exactly.
username and
Good name.
password,
Yeah, Aadhaar card number, passport, voter ID, driving license, bank account. In the similar way, so your first name, last name, so your email address, mobile number, all these we will call it as the PII data. It's one of the very, very famous complaints part of the GDPR. So all these will fall under the GDPR complaints in case our bank is relieving our data. We can go and we can do the case with the respective bank. For example, maybe so at the time of the corona or pandemic situation, so they took my samples of the blood, and they took my samples of the name, and also they took about my email address, they took about my mobile number and so on. Now, so I can go in case my data is exposed to the public related to Ministry of Health and Information part. Now I can go and I can give the complaint to respective ministry stating that why my data is got exposed. So that is nothing but GDPR complaints. It's one of the very, very famous complaints, and a lot of companies got fined because of this particular GDPR complaints as part. We'll discuss more into this one once we are going to the complaints as part of GRC. So that is about PIA data. In the similar way, PHI data, personal health information part. So here, whenever any company they are recruiting X person or Y person, they have any disease related to blind or deaf or dumb or whatever it may be, they should not disclose is physical disability to other employees. In case they are disclosing these things to the respect to other employees, we can go and we can give the complaint. So PHA is nothing but so personal health information part. It is also will fall under the so HIPAA compliances. So couple of companies, they will do background checks whenever if you want to enter into the organization. So they will do the so respect to blood test, urine test. In the similar, they will do the so BP or sugar or HIV or maybe any other respect to diseases do you have or not. If are medically or physically fitness, then only they will recruit. That means police department or navy or army or even software and IT industry as well. So that is only couple of not all the companies. So here personal data should not be disclosed. So mainly here hospitals, so companies, yeah, so they should not disclose our so PHA data. We will discuss more into part of the respect to our GRC complaints part of information security. There I will explain about more on this one PHA versus PII data. So that is about overall confidentiality part. Unauthorized user or unauthorized attacker should not disclose our access or privacy of the data. Only authorized people has to maintain the privacy of the data. That is called confidentiality. So one thing is completed. That is called confidentiality part. Next one is
Confidentiality lo unauthorized person should not mention cheyali sir.
should not, sorry, not, yeah, should not. Sorry. Thanks. So next one is integrity. So when I say integrity, basically it will represent about your identity of the user. What is your identity? Your identity is a maybe you're a celebrity or you are a rock star, you are a star, or maybe based on your so mole or based on your physical appearance, based on your fingerprints and based on your biometric. That will explain about the physical person part. So what is mean by integrity from the organization point of view? So authorized person only should change or delete or modify or add the data. For example, maybe, so here I created one of the respective so document and I will go to here new and I will create Google Documents here. And here I will create one of the respective document name is called as a SOC. If I'm giving to access to each and every person, so maybe knowingly or unknowingly or accidentally, so without their permission, they can change the data or not.
Yes.
Yes. So in that scenario, what it will happen? Integrity will change. Integrity mainly it will represent the so respect to digital signature. So now before July 31st, we have to submit our income tax declaration, not income tax declaration, income tax file submission to Government of India. Whenever you are declaring the respective income tax file submission part, you have to maintain your digital signature. Nothing but you have to give the properties and you have to give the respective cryptography algorithms, whether you are using Diffie-Hellman or RSA or symmetric or asymmetric part. You are verifying your identity basically to make sure that I am the authorized person to signature or to modify the data or to change the data. So that is called integrity. Only authorized users can be do the modification or adding or deleting or modifying of the data is called as integrity. Another person should not change. Okay, so adding or deleting or modifying the data, that is called integrity. So integrity can be represented using hashing part. Every file contains the hashing. So how we can represent this hash? Hash is nothing but the digital representation. So how we can identify the hash? We have couple of the hashing algorithms. So MD5, SHA1, SHA2, for example. I'm going too much in depth analysis today itself. Apologies for that one. Hope you will understand. So hashing algorithms. So now, whenever I'm clicking hashing algorithms or hash value changes, we have seen so many. Okay, so respective algorithms is occurring here. So one of the very famous hashing algorithm is MD5. So here now I will enter. So respect to password. So do you think that whenever you are saving your password, it will store in the part of the plain text or clear text in the database? No, not at all. So whenever you are, for example, you have Gmail, you have Facebook, or you have Instagram, or you have YouTube, or whatever it may be. So whenever you are entering your username and password, always your passwords will store in the form of the hash value. So now password, if I'm clicking here, if I'm generating the password, your password may be, for example, maybe John 20 at the rate of 2024 or July at the rate of 2024, whatever it may be. Your password is July at the rate of 2024. Now you can click on the generate. So this is called hash value. So your string or your password is July at the rate of 2024 for your Facebook or Instagram or maybe your Gmail or YouTube or whatever it may be. How the hash value can be stored in your database related SQL or PGSQL or MongoDB or Cassandra or whatever it may be. So it will store in the form of the MD5 and also SHA1. In the similar way, whenever any file you are saving or modifying or updating or deleting the data, always it will store in the form of the hash value. For example, I will go one more respective website that is called virustotal.com. This is also called as VT. VT means virus total. So I given wrong spelling here. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you can see here file URL search, and also there are other options as well. It is one of the very famous website for every security analyst. They will take care of the reputation check. That may be IP address validation or domain validation or URL validation or maybe so respective hash value validation as well. So now I'll click on choose file. I will go to the maybe for example this one and I'll click on open here. Now I will check the respective. Okay, so whatever hash value, it contains malicious activity or not. So now VT is nothing but virustotal.com. It is verifying whatever file I uploaded, it contains, is there any infection or not. So you can see 0 by 63, nothing but, so here 63 vendors are there. All these are antivirus or EDR vendors. They will say my file, whatever I uploaded in the virustotal.com, so respective hash value is different or not, or infection is there or not. 0 is nothing but no vendor said that there is no infection is existing. If I'll go to details tab here, you can see here MD5, SHA1, SHA256. Why I'm explaining now this particular topic here, every file contains the hash value whenever someone is changing the, so adding or deleting or modifying of the data, hash value will change. So that is called integrity. Only authorized people has to add or delete or modify the data. Unauthorized people or users should not add or delete or modify the data. That is called integrity. Hope it's clear. I will repeat all these things in future. Don't worry.
It's clear, sir.
Authorized. I given two examples here. One is the password hash value, and second one I given the example of the file hash value. So don't think like your password it will store in the database or the Facebook or Instagram or maybe Twitter or whatever it may be. It will store as it is whatever you're entering in the plain text. Always it will convert into hash value. In front of the hash value, it will add salt value also. That is one thing. Second thing, each and every file you are adding or deleting or modifying the data, it will store form of the respective hash value. Only authorized people can change or delete or modify the data. So like a trustworthy of the data is called as integrity. Trustworthy of the data are only authorized users can add, delete, or modify the data. What is my indirect speech for this one? This direct speech. What is indirect speech?
Unauthorized cannot do that.
Yeah, unauthorized people should not do that. Unauthorized attackers or hackers or users should not delete or modify or add the data. That is called integrity. So integrity is mainly important. So to take care of the who is doing what, traceability point of view. So how we can identify this one, traceability, who is doing what, meaning what here? For example, every end user has the access to delete or modify or update the data.
No, sir.
Do you think that you have access to Facebook admin or Instagram admin or Twitter admin?
No.
No,
No,
sir.
you have only user
No.
access.
Yes.
You only have user access. Developers has the admin access. They can add or delete or modify the data. So traceability is very important here. Who is doing what? Nothing but identity of the user. That is called integrity basically. So for this one, we will implement a couple of controls. That is nothing but role-based access control. That is also called RBAC. So why I am discussing all these things now itself? So next 60 to 70 days, whatever I'm going to teach, I will use regularly these terminology. That is the reason now itself I'm explaining all these acronyms or definitions so that in future you will not get confusion part. So RBAC, role-based access control. For every person, we should not give the admin access. So according to the role, according to your segregation of duties, we can give the respective access to you. So whatever access do you have part of the Gmail or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or WhatsApp or whatever it may be, it's a completely user level access only. Who is the admin access? And whoever is developing the respective Facebook application or whoever is developing the WhatsApp application or Twitter application or Instagram application and so on. Obviously, who has the access? Facebook developers and WhatsApp developers, Instagram developers. In the similar way, Instagram testers, they have the full access to modify or delete or update the data according to the respective terminology and according to respective roles and responsibilities, whatever defined by the respective organization or company. That is about overall integrity. It's very, very important, guys. Finally, availability. So far we completed confidentiality and integrity. Next one is availability. So availability will explain about always services should be available to the end user. For example, day before yesterday, not day before yesterday, Saturday, I want to transfer money to my mom or my dad or my relatives and so on. So unfortunately, HDFC Bank, they given maintenance window from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Can I transfer the money?
No,
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 not possible.
no,
It's not possible because they give maintenance window 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Saturday. You should not transfer the money. But it's very urgent and it's very important. My mother has to go to hospital, or maybe my brother has to do the payment of the respective fee and so on. What I will do as an end user?
You
I will
can't.
get dissatisfaction. I will get dissatisfaction. I will not happy with whatever services are providing by HDFC Bank. Now what I will do?
Feedback.
I will provide feedback or summary and finally a frustration with HDFC Bank. Finally, I'll switch over HDFC Bank to
Some other alternative.
exactly
banks.
ICICI Bank or some other bank. So always, yeah, this particular service should be available. That is nothing but as per security best practice should be available 99.99999. So person should be available. Seriously, it's not a joke. So Saturday I want to transfer money to my brother and my mother as well. So I got frustration with HDFC Bank. I'm not able to transfer through PhonePe and Google Pay, and not even through net banking as well, through MPC or in any NEFT or whatever it may be. So, but it's very important to visit my mother to hospital. So I frustrated through HDFC, whatever services I took it. But anyway, this is the way how the services or client should be dissatisfied. Service is unavailable. So finally they will switch over from one X services to Y service. You are traveling some X to Y and you want to book the ticket in IRCTC and it is not responding properly. What will you do? We'll go and we'll book in the red bus or maybe make my trip or GoBib or whatever it may be. So always the service should be available to the end user without any business disruption. That is called availability. Always services should be available with end user without any business disruption. Or business outage. Or service unavailable is called as availability. And as per security best practices, what did I say? As per security best practices, availability should be, not should be, must be 99.99959. Is it possible? 99.9999999. Is it possible?
With number of cases, it may vary, sir.
Exactly. It's not possible basically, but as per security best practice, as per the baseline, based on the threshold, whatever ISACA or European Council or IS square it is defined, almost it should be available 100%. But it's very important. Sorry, it's very difficult to maintain that much percentage. Okay. So that is about availability. Why? Because we'll do regular maintenance, we'll do network upgrade, we'll do router upgrade, we will do firewall upgrade, we'll do application upgrade, we'll do mobile upgrade, and so on. So it's not possible, but this is the way how we can follow the respective availability. So that is called CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This is also called AIC triad based on the Cybex. It's one of the book from CASSP, and also it is one from the IC Square CASSP. It is also from Harris, one of the CASSP book. So that is about CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. It's a very, very important case. It's a almost all the interviews they'll expect what is CIA triad. The CIA triad is nothing but confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And you have to explain about the definition, and you have to explain a practical scenario how it will work. Any doubt in this one?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, now we can go to some other topic. So I will go with virus or malware. So virus or malware regularly we'll see in the Hindu newspaper, the Times of India, the Enadu, the Sakshi, and so on. So recently one of the malware is identified. Recently one of the virus is identified. Okay. So this is the way how we can see the news. Anyways, we'll not see all these. We'll see only cinema and cricket or sports and so on. But what I want to say here, so virus or malware, it's a basically malicious software program code. Attacker will develop the malicious software program code and he will install in our respective emails, our WhatsApp groups, or maybe through the respective, so any other communication channel, and finally he will compromise our respective laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop or servers or databases or even our mobiles as well. Lot of times you will see our Twitter account is got hacked. Lot of times we'll see our system is got hacked. Lot of times we'll see our mobile got hacked. How is it possible? Because you are clicking on the malicious URL links, because you are clicking on the malicious websites or Trojan websites or malware websites. That is the reason your mobiles or laptops or systems will get compromised, unless otherwise if you don't implement any antivirus ADR solution. So that is called malware. So how we can define this one? It is a malicious software program code. Who will develop this one? Obviously, this particular code will be developed by attacker or hacker or intruder or threat actor. Enter a question, guys. What is meant by threat actor? What do you mean threat actor? Whoever is doing the hacking activities, that person name is called a threat actor. So as I said previously, so these questions, whatever I'm going to discuss about today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and next day after tomorrow, all these are interview questions, and you'll expect a lot of questions from the interview point of view. Don't ignore first 4 classes. After that only I will start networking concepts. Why? Because these terminology, acronyms, or verbs, or whatever it may be, I will use regularly in our day-to-day classes. Okay. Malicious software program code and will be injected into end user machine is called as malware. It's a malicious software program code. So virus also malicious software program code that we can discuss in the later. So now threat actor. What is another name for threat actor, as I said? Intruder, hacker.
Attacker.
Yes. attacker. So all these synonyms basically, and whoever is doing hacking part. To get unauthorized access, nothing but is not authorized person, is unauthorized persons to get the access, or sensitive data exposure. That is called data exfiltration. Or monetary function. He will do blockmailing. If you don't pay money, I will delete your data. This is how he will do blockmailing part. Is called as threat actor, or intruder, or hacker, or attacker. So that is called, so respective threat actor or intruder or hacker or attacker. So what is the main importance of this particular hacker? He needs unauthorized access, maybe your credit card or debit card information. So if you don't do the respective security questions, if you don't maintain the multi-factor authentication, obviously, so attacker can gain your debit card and credit card information and he can do the shopping part. So or else sensitive data exposure, whatever confidential data is there, part of your passport number, mobile number, driving license, or organizational data, or your personal data, it should not be exposed. That is called data exfiltration. It's one of the MITRE attack framework. And also, monetary functions are blockmailing part. I'll go on a practical scenario. So one of my friend is working in the photo studio. And so whatever photos he copied on each and every end user related to photos part of digital studio, attacker has done the ransomware attack and he encrypted everything. And so respective attacker was expecting around 20,000 rupees. If you'll pay 20,000 rupees, then only I will give the password. Finally, he made it because photos are there from past 2 to 3 years, whatever he copied part of the USB or part of the system and so on. So that is the way how the hackers will do. And whenever you'll get any suspicious URL link, every time I'm teaching and I'm providing security awareness to lot of people, not only from the cybersecurity point of view, even from the outside as well. So one of the URL link will come to your WhatsApp group, Instagram group, or Twitter group, and so on. Or one of the attachment will occur related to invoice copy or related to your any PDF or Excel document. You'll click on that one. Why you will do that? All those so abnormal activity or malicious activity. Most of the times you will see like, please forward this message to 10 members. You will receive iPhone. Did you receive anytime iPhone?
No,
Please forward this particular message to 10 members related to religion part. That may be Allah or Christ or Hinduism, whatever it may be. You'll receive good news. Did you receive anytime good news?
No, sir.
Yeah, that is the way how
No,
these
no.
attackers will do hacking. I'm not as, I mean, how to say? Yeah. So I will trust God, by the way. So, so this is the way how the people will send the respective messages to you, and they will do all these abnormal and malicious and suspicious activities. And finally, what they want to do, they will try to do compromise your mobiles and your laptop and MacBook and workstation. I want to clarify one more thing here. So each and every laptop, whoever is using, please purchase antivirus. Antivirus cost is only 300 rupees. You're purchasing Kaspersky or McAfee or 10 Micro Symantec. It's one biryani cost. please install it. And you can access malicious websites. Automatically it will block it. Most of the people think, why I have to pay 300 rupees? So obviously your confidential data will be leaked. Your credentials will be leaked. So finally your system will get compromised. Your command and control go to the attacker part. Can't you pay 300 rupees to maintain your security from your system and laptop and mobile and whatever it may be? So not only you guys, at least you are aware of what is cyber security. Please educate your mom, dad, relatives and friends and so on. So I will go practical scenario. So my Mandal MLA mobile is got compromised. They called me to take care of the forensic analysis. Why the hell he clicked on the malicious URL link? One of the teacher. So he got one of the wishing or smashing, wishing basically. So some SBI bank, they called him and they asked about your OTP and your mobile number and everything. Why he explained to everything and finally 7,500 rupees. So they took it from his account. So please educate these cyber criminals, whatever right now they are doing, part of the illegal things to the each and every family member and your relatives and your friends, so that they should not do all these clicking on the respective things and they should not get compromised. It's your responsibility, your accountability to make sure that each and every person should be aware of the cyber criminals and cyber security part. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. So that is about virus and malware part. So that's all for today. What I will do tomorrow, I will continue about other definitions. There are so many definitions like firewall, antivirus, and EDR, and proxy, and web application firewall. And we have to discuss about a couple of other IDS, IPS. So OS top 10, CAS, Hornic benchmark, MITRE attack framework, cyber kill process. So all these things I will discuss from tomorrow. And these definitions are very, very important from next 2 to 3 days. And after that only, I will start our networking fundamentals part of OSL layers. Why I'm discussing all these very initially, because these terminology I will use regularly in your class to explain about each and every topic, and you should be aware of what I'm going to discuss. That is the reason I explain now itself. You should understand about what I'm explaining part. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, please share your email address. As I promised yesterday, I'll give access to this particular folder and I can complete it by tomorrow evening. Hope everybody shared your email address.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I can give the access by tomorrow evening.
RK sir, sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Yeah, morning I shared one Google form in the group.
Yeah,
Please, those who are not completed, as soon as possible, you can complete your everything, so that we will give drive access.
okay, yes,
Okay,
please fill
thank
up
you.
the registration form and you can complete it. And in case if I'm not able to respond back, so you can approach so Chanti and also Basha or Ganesh. So these three people will help you. So please complete the registration form and also please share your email address. By tomorrow evening, we'll provide the access to every person.
Okay.
RK, sir, once again, sorry to interrupt you. This is Ahmad.
Yeah, please, Ahmad.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a small basic doubt because I am very much new to this topic. I'm asking.
Yeah, please.
Generalized question it is.
Yeah,
Actually,
Ahmad.
actually, we know that hackers generate. We are having whatever the password we are putting. for our emails or etc., whatever the things we have, they are all always, you are saying that they are stored in the server like hash values, right?
Hmm.
Uh, when a attacker is attacking that, whether he generates a hash value or he regenerates our password, that is my question.
No, he will generate hash value, and in front
Ah.
of the hash value, he will generate salt value as well. So
Okay.
whenever I'm going to discuss about the brute force attack or password spray attack or dictionary attack or any authentication failure category like a rainbow table attack or pass the hash attack,
Okay.
there I will explain in-depth analysis how the
Okay.
attacker is trying to do the hacking part. So we have a couple of open source tools like Kali Linux. So those tools like John the Ripper, Hybrid or Hydra or
Hmm.
Mimikatz. So
Okay.
attacker will use these tools, and finally they will compromise our credentials, and he will enter into our organization point of view. So into the server or database point of view.
Okay, okay. Sir, one more thing. Actually, every algorithm is going to have different hash value. Let's say, as you said, MD5 and MD256, like that you have. How he identifies that this particular algorithm is only used by that particular application, and he generates it. That's what my
Perfect
question.
question. Perfect question.
Yes.
MD5 and SHA-1 is completely legacy, and we are not using anymore. And
Okay.
always attack SHA-256.
Okay. That is also, it is also having one algorithm. Why don't he try in that way and he can attack more?
No, attacker will use only SHA-256. He will not use MD5 or SHA-1.
Okay, right. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's a very good question. Thanks for asking.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
RK garu.
Yeah, please.
So, what about this SPII? Basically, where this fall under?
SPI is a part of GRC. So it's a personal identifiable information. It's a part of GDPR complaints. It's a auditing part basically. So we have the couple of personal data we should not expose. For example, if I want to give clear-cut idea related to SPII or PII, so you are booking one of the flight and you want to travel to maybe India to USA. What are the information you will enter?
My passport number and all the details.
Exactly, that's perfect. You will enter your first name and last name, your passport number, you will enter departure time, arrival time, and also you will enter the respective time, all those things, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, now what attacker will do? Attacker will compromise whatever airways you are booking. For example, British Airways, or for example, Indigo, or for example, Lufthansa, or whatever it may be. So those air flights he will compromise, and finally, whatever your data you entered, so he will compromise and he will ask respect to organization, that may British Airways or Indigo or Air India or Kingfisher or maybe Lufthansa or whatever it may be. Then he will compromise the respective database and he will see Priyanka data. What is Priyanka mobile and what is Priyanka email address? What is Priyanka passport number and what is the payment gateway she entered, whether she entered debit card or credit card or through net banking or UPI transaction. All those data he will compromise, and finally he will make to British Airways or respective flight department. So please pay money, then only I will give the details to Priyanka. Otherwise, I will expose to the public in the dark rating website or any other website. So this is the way how the attacker will do hacking.
So basically, when you have said it is like two types of data. So one is PII and PHI, right?
Yes.
So even in PHI, we do have, right? So the health information and the sensitive health records.
Yes, you are right. So PH is dedicated to health insurance only. So for example, maybe you are going to Apollo hospitals, and whenever you are making registration in front of the receptions or desk, so they will ask a couple of things like your first name and last name, email address, mobile number, and they'll ask like, please download your Apollo related app in the Google Play Store. And so finally you will enter all those numbers and all those details and your how you are making the payment and whatever disease do you have. Apologies, please don't mind it. So those data you are entering, and what attacker will do, attacker will try to compromise Apollo related database and he will try to gain your access, and in such a way he will compromise the Apollo company and you will ask related to PHA. I already got all the information related to Priyanka. If you're paying the money, then only I will give it back all those data to you. Otherwise, I will expose to the public.
So that is what basically PII will have your sensitive information and also PHI.
PIA is a part of mainly into your personal data, and PHA is related to your health, dedicated health.
What I'm trying to ask is basically PII is your only personal data, but SPII would be your sensitive personal information.
Exactly. Both are
exact-
same only. PIA and SPIA both are same only. So PhonePe, Google Pay, Zomato or Rapido and Ola or Uber, whatever you are booking, everything like a SPIA or PIA data.
Mhm.
And so whatever health related things you are making like health checkup and all those related to PHA. SPIA and PIA both are almost equal.
Oh, fine.
Is it clear, Priyanka?
Yeah. So basically this fall under GDPR, right?
Exactly. It's a GDPR. It's one of the dangerous complaints.
Right.
It's a very good question. Thanks for asking.
Hello, sir. Ahmed here again.
Yeah, please.
Sir, one small request. While you are telling some GDPR or something, can you give their abbreviations there itself? Because while you are going, we are not catching it again. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Basically,
I am very much new to these words, sir. That's why I'm asking.
yeah, it's a general data protection regulation.
Okay, sir.
So
What I wanted to know that. That's why
yeah,
I'm
that
asking.
I will clear about in these 3 to 4 classes.
Okay,
That
sir.
is the reason I mentioned about first 3 to 4 classes completely belongs to abbreviations, terminology, and
sir.
what is the each and every abbreviation full name.
Yes, sir. Yes, right. Please do that, sir, so that we can note it down and somewhere
Yes,
in our
yes.
notes.
Yeah.
sir,
So
thank
our
you, sir.
main course content and syllabus will start maybe Saturday or Sunday only. Till that time, I will complete all these abbreviations and full names and whatever we are going to discuss in the next 60 to 70 days. Otherwise, you will not understand what I am teaching. So for me, main important is how the spectators or audience, they're able to understand whatever I am teaching or not.
Yes, sir. We are clear with you. And your way of teaching also good. We are happy for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any other? Okay, guys, thank you so much. And please share your email address, and Basha or Chanti or Ganesh can share your respective Google Drive link with you, and you can access that link, and I will upload all those videos once the respective video will complete. And for me, Zoom cloud recording, it will take 1 hour after completing my session. And so give me another 1 hour and I will upload the respective video in the Google Drive. And whenever you are listening the class, please make notes. And these notes are very, very important.
Sure, sir.
Sure. Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, thank you so
Hi,
much.
Arpit.
Yeah, please.
This one is out of box. Just message you in the morning about the payment. Can you please acknowledge that you can receive that one?
Yes, I'm not sure. I will check it. Yeah, I will come back on with this one, Kishore.
Sure. Thanks for that.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. And see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. IST.
Sure. Thanks.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.